What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ralph Johnston Photography. Yeah, I know it's been a while since you've seen me. Today we're going to talk about the beginning. Alright, cue the intro. Okay, guys. Like I said, we're going to talk about the beginning. Not when I was born, though, because we all know how that started. Anyways, for photography, I'm going to start talking about the beginning of it for me. Pretty much what it was is I started with this camera right here. This is a Sony DSC FS28. The cool thing about this camera is that the body tilted, and that was a big thing for me. Okay, it's an 8 megapixel camera, and the photos that you're seeing now, if I have any of them left from this, I'm putting it on the screen right now. So that's what you're seeing. Anyways, 8 megapixel, had 7x optical zoom. Ooh, it was, like I said, Sony CyberShot DSC FS28. It gave me the basics of what I needed to know for photography. It did have a dial on here, and it did have a manual function right there. Very rarely used it, for the simple reason, didn't know what I was doing. Then started using this and everything. I took a lot of skater photos with this, actually, because that's where I went to test and see what I learned and stuff like that. I went to the skate park quite a bit. So anyways, did some cool things there with this camera. And then I got into a competition that my sister kind of egged me on, which was this local fairs and stuff, you know, the state fair and county fairs and stuff like that. And I entered 15 categories with 15 photos, and 14 of them got first place. Now, before then, I need to preface, though, I thought, no, I'm not that great. I'm not going to win nothing for the simple reason I'm just not that good. But I ended up winning first place 14 out of 15 categories. So I'm like, okay, I might be okay. And then, you know, while doing photography, I had met some photographer friends and stuff like that, and asked them, you know, bend their ear as much as I could and stuff. And then I decided to get up the courage to ask one of my friends that worked at Busch Stadium if I could photograph with him the Cardinals, and he said no. He said, no, you're too good. But there is this thing at Busch Stadium where you can photograph the fans and get into games for free and stuff. And I go, wait a minute, go get paid to watch Cardinal games? He goes, well, you got to photograph the fans and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, that's just kind of, I'd like to go get paid to watch Cardinal games. And so I, you know, went and watched Cardinal games and got paid for it. But no, I photographed the fans at Busch Stadium and stuff. And then that led into the Blues season, which then I started doing the same thing at the Blues and the Rams when they were there. I was photographing the fans, and every once in a while I did the game too. You know, when there was a space that I could do it. But that taught me a lot about getting everything right, being confident in yourself that you got everything right, and getting the shot, get in, get done, get out. Okay, and so I was boom, 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 done. I have to have the shot type of thing. You know what I mean? Because there's many swings of the bat, but how many of them hit a home run? How many of them, you know, go to second base, first base, third base? How many of them pop up, fly out? Okay, yeah, and so therefore I ended up taking a lot of photos at Busch Stadium, and I have a big plethora of that. And that's where I learned to cut my teeth, is at Busch Stadium, and Scott Trade Center at the time, now it's Enterprise, and then the Dome. I enjoyed Busch Stadium the most. The Dome was really only, I think, 8 games, because it had a 16-game schedule, and they were gone every other week. So, and then the Blues was a shortened schedule too than the Cardinals. They were in town maybe 3 times. Well, they were in town maybe 12 times a month. So, you know, because they played, usually Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday, or Saturday and then Sunday, sometimes. But, I did all the home games. And then I got a chance to go to the World Series and the All-Star games and all the other stuff like that. And so I did all the major sporting events. I've done all the major sporting events in the U.S. I've been to 5 World Series. I've been to 7 All-Star games. Been to the Winter Classic that they do, and that was at Busch Stadium. No, I didn't go to that one the first time. Well, I went to the one that was at Busch Stadium, but the first time I went was actually when it was in Detroit. Very cold. I also have photos of the World Series, and it's snowing in Detroit. But anyways, I digress. Then I also went to the Indianapolis 500, the Brickyards, all the major sporting events. So, and was able to do that. So, I did all that for a good 6-7 years. See, from 2006 to 2012. So, I did all that for 6 years and stuff. And enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I really did. Then the 2013 season came around, and I got kind of bored doing the same thing every single week, every single day. Go out, go shoot. So I wanted to, and I had built up a pretty good clientele at this point of, doing just portraits and working with Red Bull, which that was another thing that happened during that time. I ended up photographing for Red Bull the Mississippi Grind, the Flugtags a few times, urban downhill bicycle jams in Germany. I went around the world with Red Bull a few times too. So, and then came back here, stayed in St. Louis because of a few reasons. One, my parents were getting up there in age. They passed in 2020 was COVID. They passed the year after, so 2021. And COVID happened too. And I was doing really good and stuff. And like I said, COVID happened and couldn't do nothing for a long time. Didn't know what to do and stuff like that. Parents were getting sick, like I said. And when everything opened back up, I didn't know if I wanted to start it from zero again. So I quit photography, doing it professionally. Still did it as a hobby and stuff, for fun of it and stuff. But I've always missed it and stuff. So I'm getting back into it and stuff now. And the cameras that I had, like I said, this was my first one. The second camera I had was a Canon T3i, which the reason why I got that was for the simple reason, I don't have the T3i anymore, but I'll show you with this and everything. The reason why is because of the flippy screen. The flippy screen like this and everything, you could get your angles just like I did with that, and you could see what you were doing. Now, did I use that most of the time? As to view it, yes I did, for the simple reason I wanted to know what I was doing. But when I actually went and shot with a DSLR, I actually went and looked through the viewfinder and then made sure I got what shot I got. I was doing a lot of chimping. And then this one I could do the same thing. I'd go like this and get in there and just get how I needed it. The camera strap went up my nose. Anyway, so then I quit photography for a while because I didn't know if I wanted to start again, because I built all this up and then everything was taken away like that, and I didn't like that feeling at all. So anyways, also then the next year my parents died and I needed a complete change. So I went and actually still went to work for a company. I'm not going to say who they are for the simple reason it doesn't matter. Just I got out of photography doing it completely as a profession. But I've been missing it, And I've been missing it a lot, and I've gathered a bunch of gear. You guys have seen the gear, you guys know what I got. So I got a whole bunch of gear. Okay, microphones and everything from the days of past to new cool shit to two new cameras. This is the RP, the other one I'm shooting on is an RP. The reason why I went with RPs is because they're reliable, they're good, they're cheap as far as a good camera, and I got two of them because of the fact I want the exact same color science and everything. Every camera is a little bit different as far as models, so I went with the ones that I knew. So I got two RPs and stuff like that, and got beautiful cases and tripods and stuff like that, and did plenty of YouTube videos on all the stuff that I've had. If you want to look at them, look at them. So pretty much what I'm saying here is that I'm wanting to get back into photography again, and I'm going to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing more YouTube videos and everything because I enjoyed doing them. I really did. There wasn't nothing that I didn't enjoy about them. I enjoyed the editing process, coming up with the concept, writing the story and everything, and figuring out everything that I needed to say. So if you like the setup, let me know. If you don't, let me know that too. So anyways, that's it for this week. Hopefully come up with another one for next week. Peace. Bye.